This incident started out in the early hours of this morning. There was the announcement that there was a serious incident unfolding in Nottingham with closures in the city centre. And over the few hours that followed, it was revealed that there were 3 dead and 3 injured. But for quite some time, they weren't revealing any details of what was going on, which of course meant that speculation was rife for the police and the authorities not to reveal exactly what sort of incident they were dealing with, had many people speculating about the worst possible possibilities. And now we know that the police have arrested a 31-year-old man. One man is left with serious head injuries in hospital, and others as well who were said to have been run over by a van. Police were first called to Ilkeston Road, west of Nottingham city centre, just after 4 a.m. 2 people had been found dead in the street there. And then in another incident in Milton Street, a van had attempted to run over 3 people who are currently being treated in hospital. Meanwhile, another man was also found dead in Magdala Road. The police say that they think that all these 3 tragic and horrific incidents are connected, but they're not at the moment treating it as a terrorist incident. Footage was filmed by an eyewitness of police pinning a man to the ground next to a white van, though it's not been confirmed if that is in fact connected to this incident. It's been speculated that it may well be. There were many police, ambulances, fire engines, all in attendance as soon as this started to leak out into public, onto the news here as well in the early hours of the morning. And the city centre was locked down, with the tram services also locked down, so that people were really unable to get about the city, told to stay in and stay safe in those areas that have been cordoned off. And that cordon remains to a large extent now.
Thank you very much, Jonathan Sacerdoti, for that very thorough update. What are we hearing from city officials?
Well, at the moment, there isn't a lot of information about either the identity of the person who's been arrested or indeed the victims. Nottingham is a city in sort of central England, and it's an area where there are many students. So there are people who are concerned about the students who may have been caught up in this. As yet, we don't know if it's a terrorist incident or some other kind of criminal violence. It could, of course, be related to gangs. It could be related to drugs. There could be any number of explanations at this point, and it's speculation. But in the meantime, that means there are plenty of people who are concerned about who the victims could be. And of course, there's a sense of shock going through the city. The fact that those names aren't being revealed just yet means that some people's fears aren't being dealt with. And I think that also we have to wait and see exactly who the people involved are, because that will give perhaps some clues as well as to the motivations behind what was going on, and indeed why the police believe that these incidents were all connected. So far, that's all we know, that they do believe they're connected. They don't believe at the moment that it should be treated as a terror incident, and they are continuing the investigations.